What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stocko YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to finally do another update on the NIO stock. They have just reported earnings. They were absolutely stellar earnings, and they gave very solid guidance. We're going to be going into that earnings report. We're going to take a look at the upside potential on NIO right now and what's the highest price we can see by NIO day at the end of the year. And only if you feel this video gives you a better insight on the NIO stock. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be keeping you updated daily with all of the growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out. You don't want to miss it. Let's get into the video. All right, guys. NIO stock right now, pre-market is about $44. The earnings came out, last night. Really no upward movement, no downward movement. It just looks like everyone was standing still, seeing people are buying, seeing if people are selling. So it just looks like it was an overall no reaction in the short term. But I really believe just because of the price action we've been seeing, the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months, this stock is undervalued compared to, multiple analysts inside of the market right now. As you can see right here, we got 6 different analysts covering the stock, 0 holds and 0 sells. So analysts are bullish on this stock still. Even after all of the dozens of headlines coming out of China, the stock has about 45% upside right now. We might see some price target raises to maybe 70, 75. That could happen after, the earnings gets absorbed. But guys, if you just look at the 6-month chart, I mean, this has just been a nonstop roller coaster since the stock hit that high of $67, way back. This stock sold all the way off to 30, bounced all the way back to 54, 55, then sold off to 39 again. So just nonstop, ups and downs in the short term. I really believe that this stock's price action is not reflecting the company's performance because of the bad headlines continuously coming out of China about control with the DD headlines, the educational tutoring stocks. So a lot of different types of companies getting affected by the China crackdowns, and NIO just continued to be put in that boat, and then the headlines would start coming out. Had nothing to do with the company. The government is backing this company. The government funded this company. They have a position in the stock. They funded them $1 billion, like a year and a half ago. So the government really does love NIO, and they are pushing forward those EV vehicles across China. So they are really bullish, and they are backing NIO for the future. That is a very good sign. Right here, as you can see, you have the largest automakers in the world by market capitalization, 43 companies right now. And we don't really want to worry about those companies heavily invested in gasoline because they have not made the switch yet. A lot of companies are saying they're making the switch, but until they make the full 100% switch, they are not an EV company. They are not ready for the future yet. So right now, if we scroll down, the best buys, in my personal opinion, for China is going to be either NIO, or if we scroll down a little bit further, XPENG. The reason why these are full 100% EV vehicles. If we scroll down a little bit, Li Auto is still a hybrid, so it is partial EV. It is just not 100% EV. So XPENG right now and NIO are definitely the buying opportunities. But NIO is building an infrastructure that XPENG cannot compete with. Over 300 to 400 battery swap stations, going into effect right now. The customers are definitely loving the swap stations, and they're expected to put multiple swap stations in Norway for their European expansion, that they are literally selling those vehicles, next month. As you can see, the NIO earnings hit the top end, and their guidance got raised. Tesla China rival raises as it forges new base. So it's basically saying, there's a good tight bottom on the stock right now, right around 40, 45. NIO reported better than expected second quarter earnings and gave upbeat revenue guidance as the Chinese EV startup and its domestic rivals ramp up on challenging Tesla in Europe. NIO stock edges higher in extended trade. In Q2, NIO delivered 21,896 luxury electronic SUVs, a 112% increase year over year, and near the top end of its guidance, 21,000 to 22,000. So as you can see, they missed the top end of the guidance by 14 vehicles. So that should give us an update on the Q3 guidance of what numbers they could really hit. And that was also despite a hit to production from the global chip shortage. So guys, basically, NIO months ago, I believe like 4 months ago, said that they had the capacity to hit that 10,000 vehicles. But the thing is, there has been multiple tailwinds popping up, with floods, chip shortages. Their supply chains have been affected, and they're luckily being able to push out 8,000 vehicles. I know they want to bang out 10,000 vehicles, every single month right now. It's just very, very hard, with these tailwinds popping up, with the chips and the supplies, there's supply chain issues. So luckily, they did hit about 7,900 vehicles last quarter, down maybe 100 vehicles from the previous month of 8,000. But looking at their guidance they gave us, we could see a record all-time high come in the next 60 days, potentially a 9,000 delivery. That could happen. That would be absolutely stellar. The NIO earnings estimates: Wall Street expected NIO to lose 9 cents a share versus a loss of 17 cents a year ago. Revenue was seen jumping 145% to 1.31 billion, according to FactSet. Some estimates peg Q2 sales to be at 1.29 billion. Results: NIO lost 3 cents a share as revenue soared 145% to 1.31 billion. So guys, this negative 3 cents EPS tells me that they're going to have a profitable quarter very soon, within 7 years. This took Tesla around 17 years to turn a profit. So NIO, of course, their revenue is much smaller, and deliveries, but they are doing something right as far as their margins, their prices on their vehicles. They're going to be hitting profitability very soon, and this could literally surge the stock, $20, $30 if that news comes out, because that's going to give investors more confidence that this company is for real and they are set to be a company with massive profits in the future. NIO expects Q3 vehicle deliveries of 23,000 to 25,000, 88% to 105% versus a year earlier, talking about growth. So still continuously hitting year over year growth of 100% from 2020. That would also be a 5 to 14.2% sequential gain from Q2 2021. So deliveries, guys, this is very important. 23 to 25,000. So they just hit about 8,000 deliveries for the month of July. So to get to 25,000, the top end of their guidance, they would need to hit about 8,500 vehicle deliveries each month, or maybe a 8,000 delivery and then a 9,000. So they would have to, definitely get above 8,500 in one of the next 2 months to get that 25,000. So I personally believe they will hit the top end. We might see it easing, next month, and the supply chain issues with these, deliveries. So I'm really pushing for, a 25,500 delivery mark. That would be absolutely stellar. But as you can see, they are still not at that 30,000 capacity that they said they could hit, 3, 4 months ago. It's just the 10,000 deliveries is a big number, over there in China right now. And as you can see here from that earnings call and the big headlines, breaking news: NIO aims to deliver 3 new products in 2022. We know that ET7, has like 50 to 75,000 pre-orders. That is literally going to surge them, past XPENG and Li Auto. I mean, we are really neck and neck on them on deliveries right now without a sedan vehicle. On top of that, our vehicle prices are, doubled, much higher. So really good news when that ET7 comes out. NIO aims to deliver 3 products based on NIO Technology Platform 2.0 in 2022, including its flagship sedan, the ET7, which was unveiled earlier this year, the company said. And as you can see, breaking news on the earnings call: NIO confirms it will enter mass market via new brand. NIO entered the mass market through a new brand, preparations for which have been accelerated, and a core team has been established. William Li, the company's founder, chairman, and CEO, on the second quarter earnings call that happened last night. The NIO brand has a similar relationship to the new brand as Lexus has to Toyota and Audi has to Volkswagen, to give you guys, a picture of what they're trying to go after. Lee said NIO will launch the mass market brand, hoping to be lower in price than Tesla, but the experience will surpass the latter. So, guys, they're going in for that cheaper luxury brand still, but just a cheaper price for many customers to be able to purchase. Because NIO's vehicles right now are very expensive. 50 to 80,000 is like the bare minimum of pricing. This is way higher than Li Auto and XPeng. So guys, a lot of good news with the NIO stock has just, came out. The only thing keeping them, from dominating right now is basically, those supply chain issues, are holding them back from literally, 5,000 extra deliveries. When you're talking a 3 month span, if they can push out 30,000 vehicles, that's a big jump from 25,000 vehicles. That's a lot of more revenue. They got great margins. They are close to becoming profitable. I believe right now the stock should definitely be trading at about 60 bucks. We know there's a lot of manipulation going on with NIO with the, big money shorting. This stock has some of the craziest volatility I've ever seen. But just know experts are very bullish. We could see higher price targets come out. And, my end of the year, price target, it's pretty much going to be around $80, I believe. That could be the run up to NIO Day. It's just crazy because we were literally at, $66 last year's NIO Day. You know what I mean? So a $14 move in 1 year, it just doesn't really make sense because think about it. The company is in such a stronger place than it was at the end of 2020. I mean, deliveries have ramped up ridiculously. Revenue has nearly doubled. And, that ET7 75,000 pre-orders, I just feel like the China, headlines have really slowed this stock down. Specifically, with the crackdowns, but it looks like the crackdowns have finally slowed down. There's some big hedge fund managers that have gone into some China stocks at these price ranges, so that's a really good sign. Also for NIO, that big money investors are buying into China stocks once again. And only if you feel this video gave you a better insight on the NIO stock or the direction the company is headed, how their earnings performance was, along with their guidance, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be keeping you updated daily with all of the growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out. You don't want to miss it. And I hope you have a great day.